Hi everyone. Thank you for stopping by my channel. My name is Denise, and a subscriber asked if I would do a full flip through of this particular coloring book called Dreamland, Coloring Whimsical Worlds. And so thank you to one of my subscribers, Michaela Colors and Creates, for making that request, for which I'll gladly oblige. So this coloring book, Dreamland, is by Renata Krawczyk. And I'll show you the back. So it says, time stands still when you enter the magical lands of artist Renata Krawczyk's imagination. Let your mind wander as you color these dreamy landscapes and the fanciful characters and enchanting animals that inhabit them. Drawn by hand in pen and ink, the beautifully intricate illustrations feature charming scenes of whimsical cottages, delicate flowers, paper sailboats, tiny teacups, toadstools, unicorns, and more. You'll make them your own as you color them with your imagination. This is quite a thick coloring book. And the paper is a really nice quality. It's quite thick. I would compare it to 170 GSM. And the pages are also perforated. So if you're the type of colorist that likes to take out the page and maybe print it on a different quality paper, or just to remove it because you prefer to color it that way, it's easy to take the pages out. Here's a picture of the illustrator. So there's Renata. So artist Renata Krawczyk was born in a small village in Poland and lives in the city of Lodz. After graduating with a degree in biology, she got a degree in fine arts and worked as a graphic designer. She now devotes her time entirely to illustration. Renata creates illustrations on the border between magical realism and fairy tales. When she draws, she starts with a tiny dot and builds the drawing piece by piece, filling it with tiny elements. She loves using textures and reinventing textures. She mostly draws with ink, but recently also started using mixed media techniques with crayons, gouache, and markers. And there's a few dots on this page, so I always wonder, oh, if she starts with a single dot and then just builds her image around it, yeah, it just sort of makes me wonder which dot did she start with? Okay, here we go. There's unicorns, and again, remember, this is Dreamland, so the images are meant to be ethereal, I guess you could say, with a little bit of realism. Like here we have foxes. In a lot of her images throughout this book, you'll see that there's places where there's like little wee people. I like that. I think it's cute. And each illustration is like really quite different from each other. Lots of times there's a girl in the picture with her back to us. And I kind of like that too. Don't need to see her face. We know what's going on in the picture. I think that's why I like this book. It feels like there's emotion in it. You know, they're not just stagnant pictures of, you know, people or animal faces. That there's something going on that really tells a story. I have completed a couple of pages in here. One I'm happy with, and the other one I am not. This image is really interesting to me because it looks like underwater with the leaves, like it looks sort of underwatery with the coral, but there's a flock of birds flying through. So that's an interesting picture. And there's the little paper sailboats, as was described at the back of the book. She likes to put these little paper sailboats in a lot of her imagery. And in here, you know what? I'm not sure that you can see it on the camera. I'm going to bring this up close. There's just a wee little person in this picture, right in the middle. Do you see it? Just a wee person. It is sweet. These images are really sweet. Now there's bunnies, a bunny in the paper boat, another little wee person swinging from a plant, like a stem. Little houses, little people. A real story in each and every page. A girl sitting on the log looking at the deer in the forest. Like this one, I should show my mom this picture. She likes windmills and flowers and tulips. I don't think these are tulips, but they're kind of tulip-esque. So I think of Holland when I see this picture. Very creative imagery. Some more bunnies. This one really quite intricate. Lovely little girl sitting in the flower pot. Okay, now the next page is the one that I completed that I don't like. Okay, not that I didn't like the image. This is nothing about the coloring book. This is just about my mess. This is a mess, a hot mess. But I thought, okay, I'm just going to show you what I did because this is a full flip through of the coloring book. So if you can try to imagine what this image was before I messed it up, what I did was, like the main part of the illustration, I used watercolor pencils. Now that part I liked. That turned out really nicely. What's a hot mess is the background. And then I tried to fix it. And then I kept making it worse. So yes, so that's my fault. Sometimes as colorists, we just make boo-boos. And because these pages are perforated, you're going to witness me doing this. It was already starting to come apart where the perforated line is. And I'm sorry, I can't handle it. I have to remove this page. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. So just, yeah, sorry, folks. I just got to put that aside. So, okay, moving on. The next page that I colored that I do like, and I felt that it really did turn out, was this one. I used a distress ink for the background, a little bit of dragon glaze for some special effects, and the rest was like felt tip markers. And not sure you can tell, but there's a little bit of gold accents, and I used the Signo pen, like the gold one, to make those. So there's my completed page. I'm not going to rip it out. It stays there. And there's just a few pages left, and then this flip through is complete. So I hope that this helps those of you that might be considering this book. I bought this from Book Outlet, and I'm sorry, I don't remember how much that it was. And given where you're from, it's probably going to be a different price anyway. So I leave that with you. Thank you. Thank you for stopping in and watching this flip through of this really beautiful coloring book called Dreamland, Coloring Whimsical Worlds. See you in the next one.